Rahimahullah, when a Christian man came carrying a letter from his king, and then he said, where is the house of the Khalifa? And first he saw a huge masjid, and he went to the masjid and he said, is this the house of the Khalifa? And he said, no, this is a masjid, but come in. They will give you da'wah, and he accepted shahada, he took the shahada. And they said, okay, where is the house of the Khalifa? He said, well, proceed, go that way. And he continued, and he saw this little house, just a little shack. And the man, his hands, wife of this lady, her hand is in the middle of, making a khubz, a dough. She's mixing water with the flowers, all this. And the man is on the roof of the house, fixing the roof. And then he said, no, not these. I don't see any palace behind this. And he went back to the masjid. Where is the palace of the Khalifa? They said, you just came from it. He said, I was not the Khalifa. He didn't believe them, so he said, no, let's just go ask the guy in the house, where is the Khalifa? So he came, he said, where is the Khalifa? And Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahimahullah, came down with a muddy hand, patched thobe, simple sandals. And his wife, from the first day she was born until he became a Khalifa, she never did anything for herself. She's now making the bread for the family. So what did he do? Jahada nafsa, right? That's what he used to say. Inna li nafsun tawaqa. He said, I have a nafs that desires, aims high. Every time I achieve something, I say, no, I'm not satisfied with it. I want aim higher than this. So he aimed to become the governor of Medina. That was his goal. So he got it. Then he said, I desire to marry the daughter of the Khalifa, Fatima. So I got it. And then I desire to be the Khalifa of the Ummah. I got it. He said, now my desire is Jannah. I want Jannah. So he came down, and he came and took the road and the path that would lead him to Jannah. Not the palace, not the servants, not, no. He said, this road is the one that leads me to Jannah. I want to come down to this. So he's the one who's telling us, أفضل الأعمال, the best deeds, is the one that you do mujahada with the nafs. If you enjoy things, your iman, the level of iman will not be to that point. قال أبو جعفر البقال أبو جعفر البقال دخلت على أحمد بن يحيى. I went and saw Ahmad bin Yahya. فرأيته يبكي بكاء كثيرا. But the man is weeping, is crying. فقلت ما يبكيك قال لا يتمالك نفسه من البكاء. He cannot control himself. He's shaking. He's crying. When you're with a person, we don't cry like this. But the sisters, when they cry, and most of it's the earthquake and all this, when that situation, the person's crying like this. فقلت له أخبرني ما حالك. What is your problem? Did you want to lose one of your children? Did your father die? Did your wife? What happened? Did you lose? فقال دعني. Leave me alone. And he continued crying. He said, but I insist, I want to know. He said, I missed Qiyam al-Layl last night. I missed Qiyam al-Layl last night. And subhanAllah, he said, I was shocked. You're crying like this because you missed Qiyam al-Layl last night. So I wanted to make him feel better. So I said to him, Ya akhi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you the night off. Allah gave you the night off. Your intention, and by the way, subhanAllah, if your intention is to get up Qiyam al-Layl, you will receive the reward anyway. But he was so sad that he did not take that opportunity and stand in front of Allah. So he said, Allah gave you the night off. Come on, Allah lets you rest that night. قَالَ دَعَكَ مِنْ هَذَا. He said, don't try to fool me. He said, he continued crying, and I could not change his mind, I could not stop him crying. So I left him, let him cry. For what? For Salah Qiyam al-Layl that he missed. For Qiyam al-Layl that he missed. طيب. Nasiha. See, all the brothers, and I'm sure the sisters also on the other side. People are sitting here. Majority of us are young. Abu Yusuf, see, mashallah, a young man. We're all young. And this is the time. This is the time. If you don't do tahajjud and qiyam al-layl and you struggle, when are you going to do it? Abu Ishaq al-Sibay'i, rahimahullah, he used to say, Ya ma'ashara al-shabab, jiddu wajtahidu. Ya ma'ashara al-shabab, O young people, strive and do ijtihad, struggle with the ibadah. Wabadiru, and benefit from your strength. Waqtanimu shabibatakum, and you get utilize and take advantage of your young age before you get old. قبل أن تعجز. He said, now stand up for qiyam al-layl before it's too late. فإنه قلما مرت علي ليلة إلا قرأت فيها بألف آية. He said, there is no night except that passage or I witnessed except I recited 1,000 ayah. 1,000 ayah. Imagine 1,000 ayah. Yeah, Baqarah 285. Ali Imran. Wow. 1,000 ayah. That's a long night for a lot of us. And Sufyan al-Thawri, rahimahullah, he used to wake his students up and he used to say to them, قوموا يا شباب. قوموا. Oh young people, stand up. صلوا ما دمتم شبابا. Pray qiyam al-layl while you're still young. What do the people tell us? Finish your education while you're still young. Am I right? Get a decent job so you can have, what do they call a decent retirement. Work hard now while you're young so you can rest. But for the ulama, they used to say, pray qiyam al-layl while you're young, because when you grow older, you won't be able to do it. See, subhanallah. And it's so ajib. They were successful in dunya and akhirah, in ilm, in ibadah, in education. We were leaders that time. We were the center and source of light and education at that time. And they were focusing on ibadah more than the other educations. And nowadays we became focused on all other education except the ibadah and the taqwa of Allah. And we became adhnab al-aqwam. We became the followers of people. Yani subhanallah. And you say, Ya akhi, what are you trying to teach the young people? Dad, drop out from school and read 1,000 ayah at night and khalas. I'm not saying that. I am saying do it. This and that, both. Because you can do them both. They did it in a more, simple lifestyle. So we can do it, inshaAllah. Walillahi alhamd. One of the ladies, she went to visit the house of Imam al-Awza'i. تذكرون الأوزاعي يا إخوة. I told you this story a long time ago, but I'll tell you again. Al-Awza'i, rahimahullah, from the ulama of Ahl al-Hadith. From أئمة الحديث. العلماء يسمون إمام الحديث أو أمير المؤمنين في الحديث أو ثقة أو ثبت أو جبل أهل الحديث. يعني ulama of the hadith. And in his time, there was a problem between the Umayyah and Al-Abbasiyyin. And the Abbasi people, As-Saffah at that time, he was able to take over the Islamic state and become the Khalifa. His uncle, Ali, Abdullah bin Ali, he took over Syria and that area, and he went to the Masjid al-Umawi, huge masjid. And he said, this is not a masjid. And he used it for the horses, stables for horses. Subhanallah, masjid. Just because the Masjid al-Umawi. And he killed 30,000 people in that day. Muslims. And he became the governor of the city. And he sat on the throne, his throne. متكبر متجب. And he said, خلاص. قال من يعارضني. Who can go against me? Who would oppose me? Who would dare to say anything about what I did? I killed 30,000 Muslims. Anybody who spoke, I killed him. Person who wants to die, he would oppose me. And he has his soldiers, he has advisors, he has all this. فَقَالُوا لَا نَعْلَمْ إِلَّا رَجُلٌ. We only know one man who would oppose you. قَالَ مَنْ؟ قَالُوا الْأَوْزَاعِي. He said, does he have an army? He said, no army. Weapon? No weapon. What does he do? He's a alim. قَالَ ائْتُونِي بِهِ. Bring him. So they went, 2 soldiers. Ya Awza'i. His son opened the door and he saw 2 soldiers with swords. And the son panicked. فَقَالَ يَا أَبَتَا. The soldiers are here and they're going to take you to the Amir and he's going to kill you. And the father calmly said to his son, إِنَّ أَبَاكَ أَحْوَنْ مِنْ أَنْ يُقْتَلَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. He said, your father, أحوان, it's not that honored to the point that he would be killed for the sake of Allah. And then he went in cage and he took a ghusl for janazah and he put his straps and hanut and he stood in front of the mirror and he grabbed his beard. He grabbed his white great beard. فقال يا أوزاعي إن لم تكن اليوم فمتى. Say, يا أوزاعي, if you won't say the truth today, then when? Ya Awza'i, you have no excuse in front of Allah. He's still grabbing and shaking his face himself. You have no excuse in front of Allah if you don't say the haqq. And he walked. And he went to the palace of the Amir. And the swords has been drawn. They're ready to kill him, assassinate, or cut his head off. And then he walked and he stood in front of the Amir. And the Amir said, أَأَنْتَ أَوْزَاعِي? Are you Awza'i? فَقَالَ, and he said, يَقُولُ النَّاسُ ذَلِكَ. People keep saying, calling me Awza'i. And he doesn't care. People keep calling me Awza'i. فَتَمَعَّرَ وَجْهُ. He frowned. فَقَالَ مَا تَقُولُ فِي هَذِهِ الْأَمْوَالَ الَّتِي أَخَذْنَا وَالدِّمَاءَ الَّتِي سَفَكْنَا. He said, what do you say about the wealth that we took and the blood that we shed, people that we killed? I'm sorry. He said, what do you think about the wealth that we took? فقال الأوزاعي إن كان حلالا فحساب وإن كان حراما فعقاب. He didn't sugarcoat and say, oh, you're the Amir, Bayt al-Mal, how much are you giving me a salary from the Bayt al-Mal? Give you a cash fatawi. Alhamdulillah, we don't even go to ulama. Nowadays, we have Mufti Google, right on the spot, give you whatever you want, halal and haram. Just ask. He said, what? He said, if it's halal, then hisab, accountability. And if it's haram, then Allah would certainly punish you. يَقُولُ فَتَمَعَّرَ. And then he frowned, and he started moving on his throne, shaking himself. He cannot sit. And he said, and the wuzara, they gathered their thobes because they did not want the blood to get to them, because they were certain that he's going to kill me. And he said, and the soldier, he drew his sword and he is ready to strike. And he said, and I took my hat off my head, and I said, if you want to hit it right straight to my neck. I don't want any mess, inshallah. I want to go to Jannah quick, alhamdulillah. And then he asked him another question. فيقول وما تقول في تلك الدماء التي سفكنا. What do you say about the blood that we shed? فقال حدثنا فلان عن فلان عن فلان عن فلان عن جدك ابن عباس لا يحل الدم امرئ مسلم إلا لإحدى الثلاث والحديث في صحيح مسلم. He said, and he gave you the narration, the chain of the narrators. And he went exact to the narration of Abdullah ibn Abbas. Because he's saying, I'm Abbasi. He went, I'll take it to Ibn Abbas. Abdullah ibn Abbas. Take it to the source. And he said, not No, the soul of a mu'min is not halal to be touched without haqq. وَقَالَ فَتَمَعَرْ. And the same thing happened. The people gathered. And then at the end he said, go. Now this man al-Awza'i, rahimahullah, he's giving us nasiha here. I'm sorry, his wife was visited by another woman. And this, it was known to the Salihin that they have a special place for salah in their house. Women, they in the room and that. So the lady who came to visit, she said to the wife of al-Awza'i, Wayhak, woe to you. You let the kid urinate in the place of the sujood of your husband? She said, Subhanallah, no, this is his tears. Every night when he gets up from sujood, that's his tears. That's the tears that wet the ground. From sujood, rahimahullah. And us, subhanallah, if our eyes, there is no rahmah, there's no shafa. Here is a piece of rock. And unless this moves, this would not move. So we need to work on that, ya ikhwati fillah. I'm running out of time, but I want to tell you a few things, and inshallah, that would help you to establish Qiyam al-Layl. We talked about what can stop you from Qiyam, which is a ma'asiyah. Now let us do, if you do this, alhamdulillah, if you avoid ma'asi, what else can we do? One, don't overwork yourself during the daytime. Don't overwork yourself during the daytime. And some of the brothers, mashallah, they work hard, physical. Try to not to do this. If you don't have to work hard, don't work hard. Yani try to limit that. Second, ikhwati fillah, take a qaylula during the daytime if you can. Qaylula during the daytime. And even the kuffar companies nowadays, they're suggesting, and some of them already implemented this, that they should give people time for qaylula at the office. And now some of them, as a matter of fact, implementing that, they will put beds in the office building, and people will go and sleep and rest for 20 to 30 minutes and come back fresh. Because they realize, for those individuals who would take qaylula, they work better. So they say, well, I want you to do your best. But since you're not giving qaylula, you can't give me your best, so I will facilitate for you. I will make that available for you. So take a rest, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and they come out fresh. Qaylula. Qaylula is a nap that you take, ya ikhwati fillah. A nap during the daytime. And I said qaylula, not sleep. Some of the brothers say, qaylula, 3 hours later he's up. Ya akhi, that is not qaylula, barakallahu feek. That's qaylula with halal interest. Qaylula is like, you rest your body, you just close your eyes, and this is qaylula. You don't snore. No, it's not for qaylula. Number 3, don't eat too much or drink too much. When you eat too much and you drink too much, then you become lazy and you become heavy, and you won't be able to get, especially before you go to bed. So if you want to eat your dinner at 6 o'clock, make it light dinner. You sleep right after Salat al-Isha, just eat light, and then I will guarantee you will feel light bi-idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. We talked about not committing a ma'asiyah during the daytime. Also, the number 4, is it number 4 or number 5, ya ikhwan? Number 4, sleep, go to bed right after Salat al-Isha. Pray your sunnah. If you're married, fool your wife, talk to her a little bit, And if you put your wife in the same program and say, we got to do same thing together, then she would sleep right next to you and they get up for Qiyam al-Layl. But if she's in a different page, a different program, then she will say, well, you've been out all day long. You've been working, I've been working, I didn't see you, you didn't see me, so let us spend some quality time. Quality time means she will talk and you listen. Quality time. You guys are getting us in trouble. But if you say we both on the same program, after Salat al-Isha, we sleep, and then Qiyam al-Layl, then mashallah, you can talk as long as you want after we finish Qiyam al-Layl, then that would be a lot easy. A lot easy bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the tips that I would say that you should do. Plus, also three more things quick. And this is really, really, really is important, brothers and sisters. And that is, since you will maintain the physical part, not eating much, sleeping, taking qaylula, all this, also work on your heart. Sleep and you have no hiqd, no animosity, no ill feeling towards anyone. Just sleep with pure heart. You have to understand, you can never find a friend or a partner or companion that is perfect. They don't exist. You're not perfect, therefore you can never find someone that is perfect. But don't be like fly. Be like bee. And be the little bees, It's different. See, the fly, a fly, what do they do? They fly all over the place, and they land on the nastiest spots. And if you have a little cut on your body, and there's a wound, that fly, even if you have nothing on, it will go fly all over your body, and it will land that little cut. What I mean is like, your friend, don't look for that little cut and land on it. And then magnify it. And then build assumption around it. And assuming that this is what she said, this is what he said. No, just let it go. Let it go. Bees, what do? They fly over garbage, they skip. They see, solid, they skip. Where do they go? They find the most beautiful thing, flowers, and they land on that. But look at the result. One will bring back honey, and other one will bring back filth. Right? The flower will bring filth. And since it will bring filth, then that fly itself is a filth. So if you keep, finding faults in your Muslim brother, then you yourself would be like that fly. But if you be like that bee, you will be pure, bringing something. Subhanallah, it's so sweet. And exactly the mu'min should be like bee. Always sweet in his talk, in his behavior, in his approach, and subhanallah. The second thing, live your life as though this is the last night. Tonight is the last night. Not tomorrow night. Tonight is the last night. I'm going to die. I'm going to meet my Lord by the sunrise. So I want to get ready. Exactly the same thing with Ilahi Mathal A'la. Exactly the same principle. What do we do when we have a job interview tomorrow? What do we do? The papers are ready, the files are ready. I'm dressed sharp, I'm ready, alhamdulillah. And maybe that day I'll trim. Oh, I come to the masjid. What happened to your beard? Ya akhi, I was just cutting that, and all of a sudden, it's right here. So, let me do all together, Inna lillah. MashaAllah, we always have that excuse, always. Every brother says, what happened to your beard? Ya akhi, I was just getting the barber, MashaAllah, and next thing that I was thinking, and next thing that I know, he was shaving my beard. I can't come to you with one side beard, brother. I have to do both. So, that's a job interview. So this is Allah, ya ikhwati fillah, that you're going to meet tomorrow. Last, learn the benefit, and we've been talking about the benefit of Qiyam al-Layl. If you have these three things, inshallah, plus the physical things, inshallah, thumma inshallah, you will establish Qiyam al-Layl. But I would say, ikhwati fillah, my nasiha, don't aim 1,000 ayah. Don't aim that. You're going to overkill, especially for the brothers who can't read Arabic. It's like, Alif, Lam, Mim. 20 minutes. You're going to quit Quran. No. Just something that you're capable of. In Arabic they said, إِذَا أَرَدْتَ أَن تُطَاعَ فَاسْأَلِ الْمُسْتَطَاعَ. If you want the people to listen to you, ask them to do something that they're capable of. So if you want this nafs to listen to you, ask something that it can do for you. Something simple. And then gradually, inshallah, you can go from there. Allahu a'lam. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.